From across the country and down the street, enlisted or drafted, they answered the call.
One look at this map and you'll see an overwhelming number of people who served in the Vietnam War. That number, 8,180,445 vets served across the country. In Delaware, the number reached 26,000. And T.J. Healy, along with a team, is working to preserve history by interviewing those surviving soldiers.
One of the reasons we got this project going is because of the stories these guys. People need to hear their stories.
To date, Healy has recorded the personal accounts of 20 veterans. The goal is to record 450 Vietnam vets.
The biggest problem over there was the Agent Orange. I remember standing in the middle of a field where they just sprayed Agent Orange, and we would buy produce from the Vietnamese. And that meant you were eating the Agent Orange by the time you got it on your table. You didn't know what it was, you just ate it in food, but it would spread.
In 2015, Healy came up with the idea to create an oral history archive called the Veteran Story Project. He later decided to produce a series dedicated to Vietnam.
For Vietnam, we're going to have an hour-and-a-half documentary. This is just for the state. We're going to have an hour-and-a-half documentary and also lesson plans by Wilmington University that will go again back into the public schools and the private schools.
The project will eventually develop into a bigger outreach, capturing the stories of men and women across the country as well.
I had friends who went to Vietnam, not all came back. TJ had friends who went to Vietnam, and we started talking about we ought to do something that really inspires people to find out more about war, about peace, about military, about commitment, about service.
To see things come full circle, these two have developed relationships with the Library of Congress Veterans History Project, U.S. Department of Defense, and the United States of America Vietnam Commemoration 50th Anniversary. And one theme is in mind.
Self-sacrifice. I think that's something that maybe everyone could learn from civilians. I mean, you don't have to be in the military to be a person who thinks of others, but their depth of putting others first when they're in a combat or even if they're not in combat.
The message will extend far beyond video and be included on a campaign bus designed to serve as a mobile studio. The moving billboard will also be used as a Veterans Outreach Resource Center to promote employment, job training, counseling, even educational opportunities, and veterans benefits information.
It's not always centered around death, because some people think, oh my gosh, I don't want to hear about Vietnam because so many people died. They did. But there's so many people who are alive to tell their stories, the stories of the people on the wall and their own.
According to project leaders, although majority of this particular series will include Vietnam veterans, those who fought in Korea will be honored too, and here's why.
Because they answered the call, we can only say, thank you. Thank you.